What up, Resident Idiot here. And in 2022, the National League decided to kill fun by adopting the universal DH, siding with the American League after over 50 years and finally relieving pitchers from having to step up to the plate. Was it a good decision? Yeah, it was. I mean, these pitchers were literally just told to stand up there and strike out. The last thing any coach wants is to have your starting pitcher get hurt on the base paths on an entirely avoidable at-bat. And yeah, they've never been really good. Pitchers have had, how many? 925,017 at-bats in baseball history, as of this recording. And they've hit for a career 174 average. Not that good. Only 4,078 of those have resulted in home runs, accounting for about 0.004%. So that's it, man. They suck. Pitchers suck at hitting. That's the end of the video. But damn it, man. Watching pitchers hit was fun, and I will stand by that fact. And look, most of that just comes from how these guys present themselves up there. Like, some of these guys have never held a bat in their lives, and it clearly shows. Now here they are going up there in front of a packed crowd and tens of thousands more people watching at home. And the main goal is just, don't get hurt. Most of them just stand there, taking the punch and heading back to the dugout in record time. Others actually try a little bit, resulting in whatever that was. Then there's the poor American League pitchers, who, when they play in a National League park, are forced to go out and hit. And these guys are certainly thrown for a loop, but at least it's not like every game. And historically, AL pitchers have actually fared better at the plate, hitting 177 versus NL pitchers hitting 170. Although, to be fair, the National League has kind of double the plate appearances as they do. So it's not really a fair comparison. My good old Rays are just one example of AL pitchers being useless, with a good old 131 average in 518 plate appearances. Out of that, over 40% of those were strikeouts, so no surprise there. 21 of those were walks, 61 hits, 7 extra base hits, and 3, and only 3, home runs by Rays pitchers. Alright, quiz time. Who are the only 3 Rays pitchers to hit a home run? Alright, if you guessed Esteban Yan, Nate Carnes, and Brendan McKay, then you are either the most insane Rays fan I've ever met, or you are lying. Also, hilariously, Yan's came on his first big league at bat, Carnes was the only run scored in the entire game, and McKay's came as a pinch hit role in the 9th inning for a guy who we thought he could hit and pitch well, and he didn't. Joe Kennedy might be the best of the bunch, hitting 4 for 11, including an RBI against Colorado in June of 2000. James Shields was another actually decent hitter, going 7 for 37 with 2 walks during his tenure with the team. And Andy Sonnenstein is another honorable mention, 7 and 24 with 3 walks. So this might beg the question of, what is the point? Like, what are we doing here? Why are we sending these guys up to bat when they're basically just automatic outs? Well, mainly it's just tradition. 9 men per side contributing on the field and at the plate. For years, efforts have been made to institute a DH going as far back as 1887. And sure, most pitchers are not good hitters, as evidenced by this humongous disparity between them. But some of them were, like Eddie Plank and Al Orth, and this guy. Hell, some even liked going up to the plate, as Addie Joss would comment. If the rule makers ever put through a rule to substitute a pinch hitter for the pitcher when it is the twirler's time to bat, there is going to be a mighty howl of objection raised by the slabmen. Why are we talking like this? We don't talk like this no more, come on. If there is one thing that a pitcher would rather do than make the opposing batsmen look foolish, it is to step to the plate, especially in a pinch, and deliver the much-needed hit. The idea continued to get thrown around in the 40s, with the league even experimenting with the DH in the spring of 1941. Nothing really came of it until the 60s, when pitchers started to really dominate, resulting in lower scoring and lower interest. It became clear that people wanted to see more offense, and the designated hitter just reared its little head back into the Major League Baseball circle. It hung around in the minor leagues for a little bit while the AL and NL couldn't figure out what to do with it, but in 1973 a compromise was made that allowed the American League to try it for 3 years as sort of a trial period. Well, let's just say they liked it, as the American League has stuck with the DH ever since, and the National League continued to refuse it for the next 50-some years. And that has led to what we've seen, a half-century of complete and utter failure at the plate. And yes, there's been a lot of futility up there, but there have actually been some pitchers who have done quite well for themselves. Brandon Bakke of the Astros would put up a surprising .256 average over 133 plate appearances. Carlos Zambrano would switch hit his way to 24 home runs. Madison Bumgarner would just casually take Kershaw deep and also try to weasel his way into the home run derby at one point. And of course, there's Greg Maddux, who did well enough to get in a commercial, I guess?
Chicks dig the long ball.
And of course, I can't make this video without mentioning the GOAT Bartolo Colon, career .84 average hitter at the plate, who still had memorable at-bats whether he got a hit or not. I mean, who doesn't love this guy, man? 25 hits over his long career, 4 of those being doubles and 11 RBIs. And of course, the most iconic moment, a deep shot to left field for his one and only home run. We all kind of said, what would we do if Bartolo hit a home run? That made everybody's career to witness that. That was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Everybody just loved it. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm very thankful. I thank God for this amazing moment. I wasn't expecting it. It means a lot. It's something that I still can't believe until now. Being up there was certainly a unique experience for some, as TJ McFarland would say. It brings you back to Little League, and you could just go up there and do it all. It's just so cool. They might not be expected to do much up there, but for the longest time, it remained a cherished part of this sport. If anything, just so we can see moments like this happen. And now, with the universal DH, we'll never see another pitcher hit again. Well, okay. Except for one guy. But you know what? I'm going to say this right now. I have a little bit of beef with Shohei Ohtani. Why? Because he has 3 career Grand Slams, and all 3 of them have come against the Rays. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? And then, of course, last year, he hit that walk-off slam to get into the 40-40 club, and yeah, whatever, of course, that came against the Rays. Off of who? Off of the number 1 Bucci, Colin Poche. So glad he's not on this team anymore. And then the best part, that guy right there. That guy with the Rays jersey and front row seats in the outfield, and the ball came right to him, and he bobbled it, and he let it fall, the ball that would go to sell for over $250,000, and he just let it fall. If that doesn't sum up the Rays in one picture, then I don't know what does. Anyway, moral of the story is pitchers hitting was fun, and I liked it. Okay, well, thank you and bye. Get this fucking... God!